Welcome to the Intrazone Roadmap Pit Stop October 2022 edition. This is a bonus monthly show that answers that burning question in your succulent brains. What's rolling out now for SharePoint and related technology in Microsoft 365? I'm Marc the Count Cashman, Senior Product Manager on the Microsoft 365 marketing team, here to help the ongoing, frightening record straight. This month we'll hear more about Viva Engage and Yammer storylines because they both hit general availability on October 12th. Which in and of itself opens up a lot of Halloween horror stories, I'm sure. All kidding aside, Storyline brings a great way to share content out of your personal feeding station. I call your neck. No, I mean your personal feed. I also pulled a little audio from Principal Product Manager Marc Mroz's Stream Ignite talk to give you a sense of how video in the flow of work evolved as Stream on SharePoint. Again, hitting general availability, making it available to as many people as possible in Microsoft 365. That happened this past month. Beyond all of the feeding on your brains from my zombie friends, we'll focus on everything that landed this month, a few related items, and always the fun teasers looking into next month. This podcast is your 30-minute roadmap pit stop where you get to sit back and give me a share pint of your blood and promise never to Microsoft stream a horror film in the daytime. Too much sunlight kills the mood, yes? Well, as you can tell, we are post-Halloween here in the US, and I am curious, what did you dress up as? Did you go as something fun like Clippy or Yammer's mascot Yammy? Or did you screech and soar the skies as the SharePoint monkey? I will remind you of this audio and you will know whether you did or not. If you screeched like that on Halloween, then you know you were a SharePoint monkey. Or did you get even more spooky, like a Teams attendee on mute, or a corrupted file in OneDrive, or were you the 0.01% of possible Office 365 downtime? Oh, so frightening. No matter, I hope you had a good blend of trick and treat. Oh. I thought to dress up as Gordo Stevens from the For All Mankind TV show in full duct tape spacesuit. As you know, the moon is a dangerous landscape, my friends, and it affords us that 102nd use for duct tape. Now it is truly time to kick back and get informed about all the tech that rolled out in October 2022. First up is employee engagement. When you think about that broadcasting of information across your intranet, Microsoft is there to help so that you do it as best as you can and with as few steps as you can. And like I mentioned, a few things went general availability. First thing I wanted to start off with was the general availability announcement of Storyline for Microsoft Viva Engage and Yammer. Storyline is a new way for people to share, connect, and contribute to their organization through Yammer and the Viva Engage app. That's the one that's in Microsoft Teams. Previously, the only way to share broadly through Yammer was through communities, but communities aren't always a perfect fit for what people want to share. In some cases, there may be not a community that matches the subject that you want to discuss. And in other cases, the community's audience may be too broad or not broad enough. That's when you put it in your own feed. Storyline posts are posts to your followers and others interested in what you're saying throughout the organization. People interested in knowing what you have shared can go to your profile page to view your Storyline feed. And of course, you can view other people's Storyline feeds. One note, Storyline is supported only in Microsoft Viva Engage and Yammer enterprise networks that enforce Office 365 identity. Great set of new resources, great video that I will link to. And in fact, to hear a little bit more about Storyline, here's a minute 30 voiceover highlighting the value and feature set.
Unlock new ways to connect with people across your organization through Storyline and Stories in Microsoft Viva and Microsoft 365. Using Storylines and Stories, you can share experiences, celebrate milestones, and discuss your interests. People can visit your Storyline to learn more about you and your work. And in your own Storyline feed, you'll find interesting posts from other people that you can follow to learn more about them, making it easy to exchange ideas. With Stories, you can share short videos or photos to engage people and express yourself. The Carousel lets you catch up quickly with stories from around your company. Leaders can also use Stories and Storyline posts to share their vision and perspectives. Storyline content reaches people where they work in Microsoft Viva, Teams, Outlook, Yammer, and more. Express yourself, share work, showcase expertise. Build connections with people that help you grow professionally and amplify your impact. You have so much to share. Start today with Storyline.
I am curious to see all the stories that you share, especially any scary zombie SharePoint monkey ones that you have shared this Halloween. Chill the SharePoint monkey brains. Couldn't resist that one. I'm a fan of the SharePoint monkey, and anytime I can imagine the SharePoint monkey as a zombie eating brains in some fashion, I will take it. Okay, next item, sticking with Viva. This is focus mode in Viva Insights Teams app. The focus time experience in Microsoft Teams is being enhanced for users with Viva Insights. If you've booked time through Focus Plan, you will receive a notification as focus time nears. And here's where upon clicking the new focus mode experience kicks in. Focus mode will allow users to set a timer to balance short bursts of productivity with a focus timer, tasks to review, and content for mindfulness breaks, all to help you focus and not let work get the best of you. Start a focus plan today and get focused. For our last employee engagement item, it's another general availability notice with a lot of detail because I think it's a really important one from a content type perspective, and that content type is video. Stream on SharePoint is now generally available, and we claimed it on October 12th, 2022 at Microsoft Ignite. And it's an important one because it essentially brings the value of video into the SharePoint storage component to give you the great playback experience, of course, for IT, great adherence to compliance and privacy, and it's just a place of innovation when we think of sharing and enhancing the experience for people to consume content. Stream on SharePoint is deeply integrated with Microsoft 365. Now, video can be a part of your everyday work and school apps. You can search, discover, play, share, embed, and record videos directly in Microsoft 365. You'll see this everywhere in terms of being able to record a video through a browser and put it right where you're working, either in Viva Engage, the stories, or if you do it as a recording directly from Microsoft Stream, or you might even start to see it rolling out, the little video clips that you can put into Teams chats, all powered by Stream on SharePoint. So I want to highlight 3 areas to give you a sense of what the new Stream on SharePoint brings. First, for playback, you can now watch videos in your favorite work apps, including Microsoft Teams, Yammer, Microsoft Viva, SharePoint, and Office.com. And when you open a video, it will now play in the Stream web app, which gives you enhanced playback with transcripts, captions, chapters, sharing capabilities, minimizing background noise suppression, and coming soon, variable speed playback. So you can catch up on things without having to ding the amount of time that you spend on it. Plus, you can now add comments with @ mentions, similar to how you can do it in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Next, for transcripts, to go a little deeper, we've improved captions and transcripts to make them more accessible and boost your team's productivity. Stream on SharePoint can now transcribe videos spoken in 28 different languages and locales, and transcripts now scroll automatically alongside the video. Now, if you go to the Stream app, the Stream Start page, videos now play directly in many Microsoft 365 apps. But when you want to do more with a video, you can go to the Stream Start page in Office. Here you can search for videos, see meeting recordings of meetings that you either want to catch back up on or review something, view recommended or shared videos, and view the videos that you have created. And of course, record and upload like I already mentioned. Record and upload new videos. Last, the Stream team has redesigned the Stream app for iOS and Android to put all of your organization's videos and meetings, the recordings, at your fingertips anywhere, anytime. I've used this recently to review a number of Teams meeting recordings on the go, and it was a great experience. And there is, of course, more, since that team has been working on a lot of updates that culminate into this milestone. I'll add a link to their primary blog that provides more details, screenshots, and a really nice video with my peer Marc Mroz and his leadership manager, Chris Prattley. Video is an important communication tool at every level, and it's great to see it getting the right attention and meeting you where you are, where you work. I covered the basics and thought I'd loop in my friend Marc Mroz from the Stream team, who encapsulated the value of where videos are now stored in SharePoint and why. Here's Marc Mroz from his Microsoft Ignite talk.
People are embedding videos where potential viewers already go and sharing videos just like files. This is why I'm super excited about Stream on SharePoint, because it embraces that natural behavior. Even in tenants that used Classic Stream the most, their users were also uploading videos to SharePoint and OneDrive, which makes sense because it's the logical place to put videos. With the new Stream, there is no longer a special place you must put videos. Users can just do what comes naturally and don't have to be taught. Just upload or create new videos like you would any other file directly in SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive, Office, and Yammer. Then you enhance those video files with the Stream app to add transcripts, chapters, thumbnails, and other metadata. This allows videos to be just like other content in the flow of your work. They can be woven into and consumed directly from your intranet and the rest of Microsoft 365. Share videos naturally, keep them together with other project files with the same permissions, and discover them alongside other information in your organization in recommendations and search results.
From one Marc to another Marc, let us continue into what's shipped for teamwork to improve and enhance the collaboration across your teams and peers. Teamwork item number 1. Collaborate in Teams meetings with Excel Live. With Excel Live, you can share and collaborate with Excel workbooks in a meeting. This is handy when you want to get work done with your colleagues in a meeting. It seamlessly turns the meeting window canvas to an Excel workbook meant for collaboration without having to move between windows and screens. For example, if you work on a budget sheet which needs input from all participants to contribute, then review and finalize. If you do that all within the same meeting, you can do it all at the same time. Anyone in an Excel Live session can collaborate in the shared content. If you're not presenting, you can navigate through the shared workbook on your own and join the presenter when you're ready. Note, people who join the meeting from a mobile device can follow along with the presentation and explore content, but can't make edits directly in Teams. In a Teams meeting, to get started, select Share, scroll down to the Excel Live section, and you're off to the data analysis races. Give it a try in your next team budget meeting or some meeting where you want to collaborate and work on content and information to analyze it in Excel using Excel Live in Microsoft Teams. Next item is an oldie but a newie. This is OneDrive folder backup for macOS. OneDrive has your back up, no matter if you're a PC or Mac. Folder backup enables an admin and or an end user to redirect the local macOS desktop and documents folder to OneDrive. This allows you to keep using those folders to save their content while delivering the protection and access anywhere that OneDrive offers. The feature and relative list entries are very similar to the folder backup experience that's been on Windows for a little while. I too hear from customers that it strengthens their overall desktop compliance to have more critical work files in the cloud without changing end-user muscle memory. The files are still there, visible on your desktop, seemingly unchanged. It's just the there is now in the cloud in OneDrive, adhering to any governance and policy you've established, now to a broader set of files, and of course to a broader corpus of individuals, whether they're PC or Mac. You can have them more backed up from those specific folders, whether it's PC or Mac. To prep is easy. Just ensure that the standalone OneDrive sync client is version 22.191 or higher and rolled out in your workplace. For the Mac machines, ensure that individuals are on macOS 12.1 Monterey or later, and the macOS is rolled out within your workplace. And there's a few PowerShell commands, and you're on your way to a broader file backup across your Mac user base, right alongside if you've already done this with your PC user base. All right, last one for teamwork this month. Conditional access improvements for the Microsoft Lists app for Android. We recently announced the launch of Microsoft Lists app for Android. The app was launched with App Protection Policy, APP, also known as MAM, M-A-M, and its support for the Require App Protection Policy grant control. And we're happy to share that the Microsoft Lists app will now also support the conditional access, or CA, grant control, like other Microsoft 365 apps, such as SharePoint. Note, the app is currently available to members of organizations that have an Office 365 or Microsoft 365 commercial subscription that includes SharePoint. You will need to sign in with your org ID, that's the Azure Active Directory credentials. If you're not utilizing APP, CA, or either grant control, then, of course, no action is needed. You don't have to utilize this. I'll put links in the blog for more details on how to target apps with your app protection policy and configure conditional access, which now can include Microsoft Lists for Android as a part of your overall access control plan. This brings us to related technology. And the big related technology that I'm going to start with are the top Microsoft Ignite announcements. And I'll try to be pretty brief because there were a ton of them, and I'm really going to point you to where you can go consume a lot. If you haven't yet caught up with all of the announcements, this will be kind of a whirlwind tour, but in a short fashion. And of course, there's always more to read or watch in terms of blogs and videos. The first one that I want to hit is Microsoft Syntax. This is the evolution of SharePoint syntax, and it brings in not only the existing feature set with the new branding, but a lot of other additional capabilities and a broader set in terms of extending out to search and security. We announced document summary, document translation, e-signature, annotating diagrams and images, and the ability to recognize objects and text in images, plus a new pay-as-you-go licensing model. Tons of information to go learn more about Microsoft Syntax, Content AI, truly a wonderful offering if you're managing and being compliant with documents at scale. Next were announcements around Microsoft Viva, the employee experience platform from Microsoft. We announced new apps like Viva Amplify and Viva Pulse, new experiences for the Viva Connections homepage, an improved people and topics experience, and more. There was a lot announced at the 9/22 event in London, even more at the 10/12 Ignite timeframe, and I'll have a link in the blog that'll point you to a really nice 20-page PDF that's a summary of everything with graphics and nice descriptions so you can learn about all the new Viva content. We also announced some new improvements with Microsoft Lists plus approvals and some new capabilities with the Power Platform integrations, making it so that you have a quicker way to start between lists and Power Automate with flows that are already embedded in the templates. And coming soon, the ability for you to build your own custom list templates with your own flows so that you can mimic what we have in out of the box to do your own custom list templates with the Power Platform. In the Microsoft OneDrive space, there's a new home and shared experience on the homepage when you go to your OneDrive home experience. You'll see also sharing improvements, some new offline capabilities that are coming if you're using the OneDrive progressive web app technology, and of course, a lot more. Similar to all of these, there is a blog post and a video that goes along with it, and that's true for lists and OneDrive. And of course, if we start talking about Microsoft Teams, one of their big innovations that they announced and disclosed was the Microsoft Teams Premium. Really up-levels the impact of your Teams meetings. It's built on the familiar all-in-one collaboration experience of Microsoft Teams, and this new offering that will be coming as a premium value will make every meeting, from one-on-ones to large meetings to virtual appointments to webinars, more personalized, intelligent, and secure. Unlike the disconnected experience and costs of multiple point products or add-ins, with Teams Premium, you get advanced meeting solutions that you need just for one low price. There's a great place to go learn more, and for sure we'll have a link in the blog that takes you to a really nice video as well. Second to last is Microsoft Loop. If you've used Loop in Teams chats, one-on-one chats, you're going to be excited about where they're coming next, not only in Teams, but you can now create new Loop components in Outlook for Windows, Word for the web, and Microsoft Whiteboard. Plus, they announced some new coming component types for polls and Q&A. Great learn more link, and certainly as soon as it becomes available, you can go to loop.microsoft.com to get looped in. It wouldn't be without mentioning additional Microsoft Teams innovation beyond the Teams Premium, like the new channel experiences, mesh avatars, some nice in-room innovation from Cisco 360-degree camera, the IntelliFrame that finds you and others and represents all people's video in a smart way, the ability to mention everyone in a chat thread. I think that's going to be a huge win when you want to get everybody's attention on a thread that maybe has been going for a while. You can schedule your send. I, in fact, did that just yesterday. I was writing it on a Sunday, but I wanted to send it on a Monday, and the schedule send was super easy. And hey, it worked. They got the chat from me at 8 this morning, even though I had written it at about 5:30 last night. I also mentioned video clips and chats. That's super easy to use, leveraging Stream directly in Teams, but to the end user, it's just a little voicemail with a little digital audio component from whomever sends it. I'll link to the top level for each of these. There's so many announcements across Microsoft for Microsoft Ignite. I also published an Ignite-related blog to my Cashbox, which is my personal work blog, titled 5 Hidden Gems from Microsoft Ignite. And here's where I kind of went out of my comfort zone, read a ton of blogs, and highlighted a few gems that you might have missed across the fire hose of news that are related to and beyond the SharePoint world. Things like the new Loop components I mentioned, an important Windows innovation for admins that support corporate communications, innovations in Teams and Power Platform, plus some Microsoft Purview and project news. It's a quick read, I promise. I'll have a link in the show notes. I also, within that blog, list out and link to all of the 25 plus announcements blogs that I sifted through to find the 5 hidden gems. And if you find something that kind of strikes your fancy, you can dive in, of course, to the original blog as well. Now, let us switch gears for Microsoft Ignite, and I want to provide an FYI that you might have heard at Ignite or around Ignite, but it's an important one. It's a little bit of a heads up, so it's not technically something that only launched in October, but it was disclosed in October, and you may have already started to see it. I know I have. And so this is the Office app is becoming the Microsoft 365 app. It's both a rebranding with some new capabilities. You might have already seen this if you go to office.com. A quick note will pop up with a nice little learn more link. Definitely go read it. It's a quick read. At Ignite on October 12th, we announced that the Office app for web, office.com, Windows, iOS, and Android will be rebranded to become the Microsoft 365 app. And in the coming months, these apps will automatically update to the Microsoft 365 app, which will include a new icon, styling, and, as I mentioned, features. And in line with good change management, the changes will begin rolling out to customers of Office web app, office.com, in November 2022. So this is like a pre-teaser. This will be a part of a phased rollout, so not every customer will receive the update at the same time. users will be able to experience the new Microsoft 365 app at Microsoft365.com or Office.com. And in mid-2023, Office.com will begin automatically redirecting to Microsoft365.com. When the update occurs, users will see the new Microsoft 365 icon on their devices' home screens instead of the current Office icon. And I kind of teased these out, but this is kind of the fun part. Beyond the icon, beyond the name, there are some new features. There's a new feed. There's a new page that uses intelligence from Microsoft Graph to surface relevant content based on who you work with and what they do. There's tagging, which is starting with web and Windows only, a new feature that helps users to individually group content with tags that you determine regardless of where the content is stored. And an apps module. There's a new apps module, connects users to Microsoft 365 apps beyond Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, including third-party apps that have integrated with Microsoft 365. It's a pretty big announcement in the context of a lot of people hit Office.com. And of course, rebranding anything from Office to anything else is something that we're very mindful of. So it's a really nice user interface already. If you go to Office.com, I think there's a ton of value there. And honing that in to even add more value and make it a more seamless experience to all of your content and your actions across Microsoft 365 is a big win no matter what. So keep an eye on what's going on when you hit Office.com and know that that new name, Microsoft 365, is that new app evolution. So last, for related technology, and this one is for IT pros, there are new reports that are appearing in the adoption score in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. These capabilities help IT admins and adoption specialists maximize their organization's investments in Microsoft 365 whilst maintaining a strong commitment to user-level privacy. At Microsoft, we believe that data-driven insights are crucial to empowering people and organizations to achieve more. No one in the organization will have the ability to use the adoption score to access data about how an individual user is using apps and services in Microsoft 365. That is not the intent. But you will find Meeting Insights, a place to help IT admins and adoption specialists understand what is working and what isn't. We are releasing an updated meetings page under the People Experiences. The updated page shows insights into recommended practices across the meeting experience, from setup to the meeting itself to the critical post-meeting follow-up. There are group-level aggregates. This will enable IT admins and adoption specialists to filter by 5 Azure Active Directory attributes: company, department, country, state, and city, helping to improve transparency on which areas of an organization are adopting recommended practices with Microsoft 365. And last, organizational messages. This enables IT admins to deliver clear, actionable messages in product and in a targeted way while maintaining user-level privacy. Templatized messages are delivered to users in the flow of work through surfaces including Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. And last, beyond the tech, we've added a new user Experience Success Manager role, delegating non-admins the ability to access everything we just talked about, the experience insights, adoption score, and to review the message center in Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Just what they need to learn and course correct business adoption of existing investments. Of course, though, because they're delegated at only that level, they won't have any access beyond to any of the app or service level management. And with that, let us move into the teasers. This is the spookiest part of the episode, where we continue to conjure the ghost of Halloween future. If you don't mind me mixing my seasonal metaphors. All right, here we go, Count. Let us focus on the future that's just around the corner of our calendars. Here are 2 teasers for what's coming in November 2022. Count, you may take over and do this one. Oh, thank you, Mark. Teaser number 1. New praise compose experience in themes and praise trends in Viva Insights. Make it easier to give the compliments to others. Oh, you look so nice in the mirror. I wish I could see myself in the mirror, but whatever. Nice praise for you. Teaser number 2. New SharePoint site templates, including a new one for Microsoft syntax users. Oh, so nice to be able to start quickly with a template. There are so many site templates. It's so nice to see more coming. I hope you like those teasers. Thank you, Count. I believe that they do love those teasers. And that is it with this month's Peek Ahead. We'll share more details and other updates within the SharePoint Roadmap Pit Stop November 2022 edition next month. We've added learn more links per feature. Of course, a lot of links to these blogs from Microsoft Ignite and all the videos, plus a list of important resources in the show notes and in the corresponding blog on the Microsoft Tech community published to the SharePoint community blog. I hope you've enjoyed this roadmap pit stop. Put away your scary clown wigs and shoes. It is time to relax knowing that you are all caught up and you survived. And if anything still leaves you still feeling zombified, lumbering around for brains and answers, if you have any questions or concerns, please send us your thoughts and comments to theintrozone@microsoft.com. Until next month, joyous tricking and treating year-round. This is Mark, the Count Cashman, saying, go smart into the night and avoid all the roadmap pitfalls that lie ahead.